Why don't you start by explaining exactly what Formula E is?
Formula E is an electric race car formula circuit that is between 12 and 15 races a year, where they travel the world and they build the circuits. They actually build tracks in most of the cities so that they bring the race to the people of the city. Unlike Formula One or Indy or NASCAR, where it's in a fixed stadium, with the exception of two or three cities, these tracks are in the heart of Paris, the heart of Rome, in Brooklyn, and they are built literally for that race and for an audience to kind of come to while you're walking home or going home.
This whole type of racing is trying to revolutionize what is a very energy intensive sport, which is racing, by introducing electric vehicles to it and renewable energy. Explain to me exactly how how the cars work, and what the difference is between a Formula One car and a Formula E car.
I think I don't know exactly how many parts, but there's something about maybe 30 or 40 parts to a Formula E car. There's 2,000 plus parts to a Formula One car. So you can see just how energy intensive that is alone in how many parts there are. Um, we in Formula E, there I call it we, like I'm part of Formula E. I just make the movie, but you it's one of the lowest carbon footprint sporting events in the world because the cars are transported by boat, and the circuit is kind of laid out so that they don't go from they stick in one continent at a time, so you can hopefully take the cars on a boat. Then you have to fly them when you change continents, but also it's everything is geared toward keeping things carbon neutral in this event. So there it runs on this glycerin kind of fuel as well, and you could taste it as we do in the film. And it's very environmentally friendly. You do use batteries, and there is an environmental impact in the batteries, but in any batteries, whether it's your iPhone or whether it's a car. But the environmental impact every year in this series gets smaller and smaller. So it's a low carbon footprint. It's very cool. The cars are extremely fast. Unfortunately, because of the battery power, you can't go as fast as you would be for a period of time. I mean, they're really fast right now, but you can only have a 10-minute race. So you have to monitor your energy, which is really cool. It's kind of like a video game. So the drivers are not only using their driving skill, they're using their monitoring skill. They're gonna have to make sure that they save battery power. So it's quite an extraordinary event. It's also highly competitive, unlike Formula One. Formula One, usually Mercedes, Red Bull, or Ferrari win every race. This is a completely different type of racing series. So you never know who's going to win. It's highly competitive, and it's in the cities. It's for the people.
Now, one of the interesting things about the film is you've gotten such great personalities to talk to and follow throughout the course of the film. And talk a little bit about the personalities and who are some of your favorites among them. They're all such kind of big, larger than life personalities.
Yeah, well, I got very lucky that at the beginning of when we were trying to decide whether even to make the movie, when we met Jean-Eric Verne and Andre Lauderer, the Techeetah teammates, we said, well, these guys are really interesting. And Alejandro goes, yeah, but I don't know if they're going to win. They've never won. So we got very lucky that they ended up being, a big part of the competition. And Jeb just had this kind of chip, this arrogant kind of French chip on his shoulder that I loved. And Andre was like this rookie who was 10 years older than Jeb, who had won Le Mans, who was at the end of his career, nothing to prove. And we just thought, wow, this is a great frickin' frack. And then you had Nelson Piquet from Brazil, whose father was a Formula One champion. And Nelson was thrown out of Formula One because he was asked by his team to crash so that his teammate could win, and he got caught. He was a controversial character. And he hated Lucas de Grassi, the other Brazilian driver, who they've been competing with each other since they were like 11 years old, 12 years old. loathe each other. So there was all this built-in drama that we couldn't wait to have the audience see and unfold.
Yeah. Now you collaborated with Leo DiCaprio on the film. He also makes an appearance in the film. What was it like to work with Leo on this?
Well, it was a lot different. We'd done before the flood together, where we worked very closely and traveled the world together. Leo came to one race. It was his idea originally to make the film because he had been really into Formula E. Leo's always into promoting electric anything that's not using fossil fuels. So I have to say, it was his idea, the whole movie. So that's why he produced it. You know, he had notes, of course. And yeah, I mean, you know, I love Leo. So it was really cool. I didn't have to worry about his schedule this time so much. Like before the flood, you know, he was shooting The Revenant while we were making Before the Flood. So he had basically doing double duty. And he won the Oscar. So that was good luck. So yeah, but it really was his idea, and he did convince me to kind of do it.